I'm stuck. Hold on. Okay. Can you believe I almost died? How's it going? Internet, every friends. This nice, comfy Sunday evening. We got John. We got Tom. We got Raven. We got Jessica. So many cool friends coming to hang out. How's everybody doing? Hope the week. The weekend. What even is the weekend when we just had the week that we just had, right? Like, what do you even say? What do you even say to everything going on right now? What do you say? You say, gosh darn it. You say to yourself, gosh darn it, I'm going to go to twitch.tv/polyhead and I'm going to forget about my troubles for like an hour and a half or so. At least we hope that's the plan. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you hopefully feel better. You're having a chill Sunday. That's good. I've been chilling for the most part myself, just taking it easy. I actually had a lot of work to do to get this particular stream ready because typically when I stream, it's just one thing, but now I've got like 7 things to show off, I think, and that'll be fun. But yeah. Hope everybody's doing nice and well this evening, despite everything going on in the world right now. Poly Museum Volume 1. I mean, yeah, this could basically, I should have, you should have said something sooner. I could have named the stream that. But now we're just stuck with the dumb title, Games I Done Made, because I'm very creative, as you can tell. But yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. Tonight, we're going to be looking at some of my game development history. I wish that we could go all the way back to when I started, like, dabbling in game development. Because I first started dabbling in game development myself around 2003 or 4 in Flash 4. I was working on sort of a side view shmup that didn't really go anywhere. And it was mostly me just kind of copying Rhett at the time because he had just released Project N31. And it was like, holy crap, I can do that. And then I started doing that, and then I never did that because you know what you need to do back then to be able to, well, I mean, it's kind of true now, but you need to be able to be an artist, and I just was not a good enough artist to make things work back then. But I had a lot of stuff working. I had enemies working. I had a repeating background that worked. So that was fun. But yeah, I wish I could go back and pull that stuff, but as far as I know, the hard drive that stuff may be on is probably toast. I've got the computer in my basement. I could probably go, but I don't want to deal with an IDE cable hard drive. So that'll probably just be something I don't fart with. But we're going to be looking at, do I have a Newgrounds account? I do, actually. I don't remember the name of it, though, because I got credited on a couple of Rhett's things back in the day. I think I can't remember what he credited. I think I got credited on an episode of Hunters. And I know I'm credited in game for Super Zalixer because I basically gave him the design doc for that game. Yeah, how's it going, Poncho? Welcome. Yeah, I put Bae back there because it's her birthday, so why not, celebrate? Rat celebrate. So, yeah, but yeah, like, I had a Newgrounds account. It's pretty old. Not as old as Rhett's. I think Rhett's is like 1999 or so. But yeah, so I started game development, or trying to at least, in 2003 with Flash 4, and I didn't get super far. So we're going to be looking at when I started kind of taking it more seriously, which started around 2014. Yeah, Rhett's old. What an old person Rhett is. I can't believe it. Imagine being as old and decrepit as Rhett. Wowee. But yeah, so I started looking more seriously at game development in around 2014, and that's kind of like that's brought us to where we are now. I now have like, an itch page that's actually full of stuff. Yeah, imagine being older than Rhett. How silly would that be? Wow, I can't imagine being that old. You'd have to be old as dirt to be older than Rhett. Wowie zowie. That's not me. Not me at all. All right. But I imagine me sitting here and yapping about game development is not very interesting. So we will do the cool thing, and we will get some show and tell going. So let me put me down here. All right. Okay. So you can see at the bottom of the screen there, that's my itch page if you ever want to go and download the games that I've finished. I've got them all up there. All my games are there, the ones that I have made and finished. So if you want to play video games made by a plushie and you wonder what kind of video games a plushie makes, well, you're going to find out here because I'm showing you a lot of things. But you can also go there and download everything. So why is our game dev history similar in years except for Flash 4? We started this stuff 8 years ago. God, man, time. What is it? Play games made by someone without... Exactly. You try making games like this. Yeah, now people know why it took 2.5 years to make Poly Dungeon. It's like, that's the simplest game anybody could make. Why did it take 2 years? Have you motherfuckers have you seen my hands? Have you seen these? Look! Do you know how hard it is to type with this shit? Okay. And anyway. So, I guess my game journey, my renewed journey into making games, kind of came after John started releasing games, I think, because I think that's around when John released Quarantine, which is an apt name for a game these days, isn't it? You started messing around with Game Maker around 2003. We started around the same time. Yeah, it's like typing with boxing gloves, right? It's impossible. So I started kind of wanting to make games after John did Quarantine, and especially Fugitive. You want to get farawaytimes.itch.io if you want to play John's games. But then I was like, all right, John, I'm just going to get Game Maker. Show me the very basics from the ground up. To pretend I'm a complete idiot. Just take me through the drag and drop interface. Let's not worry about learning GML right now. Let's make a game with just drag and drop. And that's how we ended up with this first thing that I'm going to show off. This one's probably gonna get the old Twitch VOD blamoed a little bit, at least the audio. And since I don't monetize on YouTube, it'll probably be okay. But here we have. Let me get this up. Here we go. All right. This is weird, I know. What the hell are we looking at? This is Clicky Spinny Farty Ball. You see we have a rotating rectangle. We have a score counter. We've got an ugly ass blue background. We've got, that's not even a ball. And it's just bouncing around. And yes, the track is by a band named 3. I don't remember the name of the track. But the idea was to just kind of get me used to the very basics of Game Maker, getting things going. So what better way to do so than a game where you move the mouse around and it's hard to hear. Like, I wish I would have balanced this better because the ball farts, but it's really kind of hard to hear, I think. Hey, Megami, Infini, welcome! Hope you're doing well. Every time you click, you change the rotation. It's the #1 tutorial game you've shown people, and I made that all on my own. You about to go to bed? Well, I'm happy that you stopped by here. Let me be let me be what puts you to sleep. That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, you click the ball, it gets faster. It farts at you. It's hard to hear the fart, and you get points. I didn't know how to stop the UI from moving, but you can see it's counting up. Also, this game's 30 frames per second. This isn't even a video game. Bedtime with a plushie, right? So yeah, like this is kind of like my very first, isn't it? Yeah, like this is just a shit post basically, but this was just me learning how to just use some very basic functions in Game Maker to get things to work. And this is all it is. Like, let's see how fast we can get it going. I don't know if I ever put a cap on the speed or not. It's gotta get to being completely unclickable at some point, just by nature of being 30 frames per second, and we're like missing some frames. How's it going, Beepner, by the way? Thank you for stopping by. How's the evening treating you? How you doing? This has gotta be, man, see, I'm playing this in a very small window. I have to imagine this is really probably just nauseating, like being blown up on the screen, isn't it? Can the farty ball BLJ out of the UI? That's really what I'm hoping for, because if you get to going fast enough, like I have to imagine if it's going faster than I think 32, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's just default tile size that I used for these was 32. If I can get it going at a horizontal or vertical speed of over 32, it can probably shoot out. I'm trying to. Who's the boss in that one? He says, you thought he was making a run of KOF 13 and ran into, oh no, SNK boss syndrome. Yeah, I've only played the demo for 13. I liked what I played of it, but I don't know who the boss in that one is. Naked red guy with shadow bullshit powers. That sounds like an SNK bossman. Do not tease super farty ball. No, it's getting teased. Look at this go. I don't know that we can get it to bounce out. And I imagine this is probably going to make somebody sick, so I'll probably stop here in a couple moments. But I'm trying to click it enough times to get it to bounce out. I don't know that we're going to be able to, though. Look at it go, though! Jesus! We may have actually coded the ball to kind of, like, read ahead, and it reads ahead well enough to know that there's a wall there, and it starts bouncing, like, a pixel or two beforehand. So I think we actually coded it too well to BLJ out of the box. We've clicked it a good number of times, though. Farty ball has definitely been clicked a good number of times. Yeah, I don't think that ball's going anywhere, folks. Play the bot at double speed! Come on, come on! I thought we'd kind of gotten it to like a point to where it just couldn't do any other pattern, but it's still fucking going. This thing just like goes. I've done it! I've created literally the best. I've created literally the best hit detection in a video game. This ball ain't going nowhere. That's fucking wild. Let's go a few more. Can I can't even click it at this point. Oh, no, there it went! We did it! I didn't know it was possible! Holy shit! We've completely and utterly destroyed Clicky Spinny Farty Ball! It's free! Fly on, Farty Ball! We love and miss you. It takes 82? I think that's 82. It looks like it takes 82 clicks to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Clicky Spinny Farty Ball. Supreme victory! Perfect. I beat the game. I beat a game. I beat a game that I didn't even know could be beaten. Fantastic. So yeah, that was like my first thing where John kind of taught me the basics of Game Maker. And from there, the next thing that I did, let's see here. get rid of this and do this. Let's do... No, it wasn't that one. It was this one. This is the next one I did. Let me see here. I've got these named very well. Okay. This is platformy. I did this after I learned how basic drag and drop stuff work. And this is when I started messing a little bit with GML to start doing things with a little more advanced technique. You thought you had a sample on hand? Nah, I'm just weird at mimicking really dumb things. Yeah, Thomas was alone. This was me. It's like, hey, I like platform games, and eventually I would like to make one day. So how hard would it be to make one? But as you can see, I can move. I can jump. We got gravity. We got scrolling. The hit detection is nice enough. You can scooch right up against those walls. I remember when I showed this to Rhett the first time, he was just like, what? Because doing this kind of scrolling in Flash 4 and 5 was a major pain in the ass. And this is just the normal default scrolling you get out of the box. With a game maker, it's very simple. You just like tell it to fixate on an object, which is in this case the square. Yeah, like the camera just follows it. I made these jumps real perilous too. Like this was just very badly made, but it was, again, let's just make something and make it work. And this was all about like learning how gravity works, things like that. Yeah, it's very slippery. There's no camera smoothing or anything. It's just very very basic. But I mean, that's a game. I mean, it's still a game. There's still an objective. There's still a way to win. There's still a way to lose. So, oh no! This is the prototype, the purple cape. Yeah, that last set of jumps is really stupidly hard to get. This is also when I found out that you could make things move at 60 frames per second. So we'll give it a few more tries here. But I'm very bad at my own quote-unquote game. There's not a lot after that. Like, once you get over that impossible hill on the other side, it's the end of the level, and it's just a couple of stairs up. But yeah, this was just kind of like, all right, like, let's go ahead. Let's take the training wheels off. Let's do some GML. I found this, like, I didn't know that I still had this one laying around, and I was glad that I did, because I can, preserve it. There we go. Polynegging or platformer prototype that is exactly as sophisticated scrolling physics-wise as anything that I've made. I don't know. Like, it just seemed really simple to me. Like, I wasn't sure if it was anything, like, is this really anything great? I mean, you can make a game out of this. This is a game. You can absolutely make a game about a square jumping over, like, platform. Where's the flagpole? Didn't have one. This was out before they invented flagpoles, Beepner. You have to understand. We were dealing with meager times back in the day. But yeah, this is platformy. It's just a very, very simple thing. So that is that. Not much more to that one than that. Let's see. What do we got next? The next one is when I started really getting my legs under me, I think. Get it started here. There we go. Okay. This is shooty thing. So what other genre of video games am I a big old fan of? Well, you would be correct in assuming that, yes, I am also a big fan of shmups. So why would I not start practicing making shmups? What is camera smoothing? Sounds made up. One of those fake things. It's like coyote time, so people think that they sound smart. Yeah, my game didn't have coyote time. Coyote? That's how you say that word. But as you can see, I got really advanced with this one. It's like, we got arrows to move, Z to shoot, shift to focus? Why? You don't need to. I think it was just like, hey, I'm going to program a thing and just to make sure that I can do it. Because there's no need for you to focus in this game at all. It's very simple. Let's see here. I'm playing this one with a gamepad. Just because I prefer to play shmups with a gamepad. All right, so shooty thing. Anybody want to guess what you're going to do in shooty thing? Well, here we go. You shoot. It's just that simple. There are enemies that just fly in, there are enemies that shoot straight ahead, and enemies that shoot aimed bullets. One thing I notice is that the aimed bullets, they're aiming at the tail of my ship, not the center. And that's because I hadn't figured out how to change the center of a sprite yet, so that when code references it, it gets, that's where, like, it points to. Also, I don't know how I did this as, like, my first major thing I don't know how I made the boss sprite flash, when you hit it. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I pulled that off. But this is, like, a very simple, effective pattern for a boss. Like, how did I do this? There's, like... There you go. I died at the end of my own damn shmup. Now I gotta do it all again because I was talking like an idiot. But the idea is you get 1,000 points and the boss shows up. That was basically it. I think I had coded a power-up in at some point, but I don't remember what the... I don't remember what the spawn requirements were for it. For those wondering about the lives indicator, that is a friend of mine's avatar from way back in the day on giantbomb.com. I don't know why I used that as a lives indicator. It's I have no idea. For some reason, I was just like, I'm just going to use this. It is a graphic that I have on hand. I don't want to draw a sprite. I don't want to draw another sprite, so I'm just going to make another one. Or I'm just going to steal this one and use it. All right, let's try this again. This is an easy baby boss pattern. Okay. There we go. I did it. You won! Go you! I did it. I'm so good. Contra Metal's too expensive. When I make games, like, it's kind of just like a fever pitch. Yo, Lumina, how's it going? Hey, welcome. Let's give Lumina a big ol' shout out. Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. There we go. Boom. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. We're just looking back at my game design history, and we're playing things that I made, having a good time. I hope you're having a good weekend. Nice to see you stop by. Taking it easy, that's how it should be. And this is the right stream to be taking it easy. Like, you want to hang out, have a good time, and take it nice and easy. I got you. I got you. So yeah, that's like the shooty game that I made. I think that's it. I don't even think that you can go back to the title screen after you done. Oh, you love taking a look at game dev stuff. Well, I will warn you ahead of time. I don't make especially complicated games. All the games that I make are very simple, so please don't expect anything super complicated. You won! Go outside, you nerd! Touch grass! I wish that was a thing back in 2014. I could have invented that. I'm gonna go back in time and put touch grass, nerd. Alright, so that's shooty thing. My next one is when I started getting real ambitious. This was like what I consider my first real game that I actually released and inflicted upon people. And It is a completely and totally original concept that that I thought up all by myself. So this is Happy Moosey, and again, as my friend Moosey's avatar being used as the player character. Now, some of you, I can see you out there, and I see that you're saying, wait a minute, Polly, what is this? What is this nonsense? This looks familiar. And you would be right, because if you've played the game Flappy Bird, you might not know that this game, my game right here, inspired Flappy Bird a year after Flappy Bird came out. Press any key to happy. Exactly. Let's see. This is press C for credits. It's like based on a game. Oh no! What did I do? I flushed my own joke down the toilet 8 years ago. Past Polly has already sabotaged future Polly. This. God, what has... No! I can't show my face anywhere anymore. But yeah, I used the music from the Famicom game Biomiracle Book de Upa. Is this what they call a yabai when you're a VTuber? Did I just do a yabai? Is this my first yabai? Holy shit! I did my first yabai! I did it! I'm actually a VTuber now. Put a paper bag on my model. Oh my god, I'm actually gonna do that. Oh no. But yeah, I finally did it. Everybody, graduation will be next week. I really screwed the pooch on this one. God dang it. All right, so we're gonna press any key to happy, and this is how it works. I coded this game from the ground up by myself. This was like, there was no drag and drop in this game at all when I was making it. This was like, all right, I'm going to learn how to get this code stuff working, and this is where I kind of just like threw all the training wheels off and was just like, let's go. I also think that my game is way easier. Oh! There we go. So to kind of like go over a bit of how a bit of this was made, the walls are placed with code. Those aren't pre-made assets where I just like made, a number of walls at different heights and just like have the game spawn them at random. The game is creating them at random with it to always have the same amount of space in the middle. It was actually like one of the few times in my life where I've actually used math and I did a good. The only problem with that is I don't know that I still have the source for this game, and that's kind of a bummer. Something else to note, that this would be something else going forward that actually caught on, especially with me and John, is that I did all the sound effects to this game with my mouth. You can hear. I'll shut my big dumb mouth and let you hear. Yeah, definitely with Frog Adventure. But the, oh no, when you die, and just like, I love that it's just weirdly violent when you die as well. Just boom! Oh no! Tip tip, my lady. Yeah, like this was when I really kind of started feeling comfortable making games. I actually, and I'm gonna toot my own horn. I did this in a day. I did this on a Saturday. I woke up at like 8 a.m. and by like, I want to say 4 or 5 o'clock that evening, I had finished. So I banged this out really fast. Yeah, this was a jam. This was a one-day jam. Yeah. So that's Happy Moosey. That's my first actual game that I made. That I was really just like, oh hey, like I made a thing that's actually kind of good. I'm proud of it. My version is also quite a bit easier than the actual game. Like it's actually like I've gotten this thing up to like 50 or so, I think. So you get it if you play Happy Moosey and you get over 50 points, just at me on Twitter or something. I will be shocked. But yeah, like I wanted it to be a little more accessible. I wanted it to feel a little nicer. I wanted the gravity to be less violently strong, and just kind of, and I think that like the way that I have it paced fits the music really well. You reached 161 in Flappy Bird? No, you didn't. Holding up a picture of John right now, and it says, "Don't believe this man's lies." That's what's going on there. You got extremely good at Flappy Bird. Yeah, from the sounds of it. Look, I got 22. I'm so happy. There's 22. I'm playing the better version, though. Anyway. Okay. So, after Happy Moosey, why was I saying the name of that other game that ripped my game off again? Worked on something with a friend. Our first collaboration ever, and I would like to invite that person to go ahead and hop in the the Discord call that you see me in, and we'll start talking about something else. That is, if you're there in chat and you hear me. This would be a bad time for the.
Hi, Molly.
Hey, it's John. Hey, hi. How you doing?
I was probably on a delay there.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Hey, hi.
Hi.
We made a game. Can you believe that we did that?
We did what?
We made a video game. Can you believe that we made a video game together?
It's pretty fucking great. It makes me happy still.
It was a while back. Like while I get this loaded up, give people some backstory on like how we came to want to start doing this.
Okay, so this was 2014. So I was still kind of in like jam mode, where I'd done like Fugitive, which is a big project, and then wanting to do like a bunch of little things. And you came to me and asked, "Hey, look at this game jam, the Ruin Game Jam."
This was around the time that Gamergate was going on.
Yeah, it was a reaction to Gamergate.
Yeah.
And it was just so that's where a lot of the jokes in this one came from, was just making it as like on the nose queer as possible.
Yeah, like this is just like it. The queerness in this game is intentionally overwhelming, because the whole point of Ruin Jam was to ruin video games, and you do that, of course, by putting minorities and queer people in video games. And I think we did quite a fantastic job at that. I'll press the instructions button. So, I should probably screen share with John. That way you can see me play the video game.
Perfect.
Okay, let me see here. Let's see if I still remember how to do this. Okay. All right. You should have it up on your screen.
I can see it.
All right.
Perfect. And you can hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay.
No.
Damn.
Every time. Works every time.
So yeah, you came to me with this. You pitched doing like a platformer, and then I think honestly, like the biggest thing was figuring out the scrolling. Yeah, I think I went back and forth with you for like a week or so.
Oh, it took us a while to get the scrolling to feel right, because people will see like what we were doing. Like it's not just back and forth. We're going all the way. We're scrolling in all directions, baby. Yep. I very clearly ripped this title logo and theme from both Super C and Contra Force.
Good.
The operation.
The operation. I missed that.
Yeah, the operation uses the Force Like if you look at Contra Force's logo, the way Force is shaded, I used that, and then the KATB is obviously stylized like the Super C logo. So yeah, that's kind of what I stole that from. But I'm gonna go ahead and press the button to get us started and let people enjoy this absolutely stupid story we put together for this thing.
I can't take credit for any of it.
I wrote the story. I did all of the. I did a lot of like the presentation type stuff that's going to be happening here. I'm not going to read this, by the way, because it's really small. I'm playing it in a tiny
I was
window.
like, I really enjoyed this. I was very like minimalist mode still, just like no text, head empty.
Yeah, like I'm usually the one that's like, ooh man, look, I can make it like Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the one that's always kind of putting those kind of flourishes in my games.
Fucking love it.
So yeah, like so.
This will be a kiss and rescue mission. I'll find my noble crew and save them the only way they can be saved.
This is such a stupid idea. Like, I know that it looking at it now, it's just like, yeah, like I'm so happy we went this hard on how dumb this is. Kiss all the boys. Commence. So the thing about this game is like we all like it's also not a game, really. Because like in a sense that like we have a UI and there's only one part of the UI that works. I made an entire UI where it's like there's a life bar, there's lives, there's a score, and that shit I intentionally made it to not work. And the only thing that works is your crew member, the crew member counter. So we move into look at this scrolling. Look how buttery fucking smooth this is. And we got a boy up there. And as you can hear, that's John Thayer's lovely voice boinging for us.
And smooching. I
never tested, but could you like feasibly like jump forever if you kissed in the air like this?
You can sequence break using the kissing.
Okay.
It's great.
I had thought so.
It doesn't break anything, but it's funny.
It's very funny. But yeah, the idea is that I'm gonna kiss my ship. Just because I want to.
The ship is recolored from Fugitive, which itself was a ripoff of some art from Hunters.
Yeah, it's from Hunters. So
yep.
Our games have lineage.
The tiles.
I copied them.
You made the tiles?
I made the tile set, and I based it on Batman and the Legend of Zelda 2 cave motif.
Oh, nice. Yeah, these look great.
Yeah, like I kind of did my own take on them, but they're very similar. But you can see
it counts as original.
Yeah, I'll take it. All those pixels, and I also did all of the tile work. So like all of like everything under this.
Oh yeah, you did great with this.
Everything under this is just like I built a map out of red squares, and then I had to go back and tile it tile by tile. So so it was just like a gray background with red squares, and as you see, we interact with everything by kissing things. So we turn on the air jets now, and that's just John blowing air. And we ride. I remember seeing these the first time and thinking this was the funnest thing.
I still think it rules. I still think this is so fun.
I have literally any platformer idea that I've had, I've literally already I'm immediately making this a thing in my game. So like every platformer,
absolutely, it's so fun.
Every platformer prototype I have on my hard drive, it has this in it already.
Good.
So we find a boy. We got a boy. What are we gonna do?
Shit, you're already going a different route than me.
What are we gonna do with the boy, John?
I think you're gonna jump on his head.
Okay. John, it's not doing it.
No, I think you're gonna kiss him.
Okay. And this is a fantastic effect. And you can see very Metroid 2 inspired way the UI cycles the numbers.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very cute.
Not the first time, not the last
time. So we're gonna go over here, actually. There's another boy over here.
There is.
Such a good effect. I love this effect.
It's so good.
So here's something John put in the game. I didn't find out that John put this in the game until the game was out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was in there. What if we kiss the moon? We killed the moon! It's fantastic, John.
Hey, you can't go down there because the air's on.
Yeah, the air's on.
But you can't get up. But you can't get up there without the air off.
Yeah. That's a predicament.
Look at that. We did level design and shit.
Actual level design. I remember spending like 4 hours just putting squares down and being like, okay, now I just need to make a map out of this somehow. That was a long evening, but absolutely worth it. Like with what we ended up with, and then you went back.
I love it.
And then you went back and like touched things up, and it felt more like a place. And we ended up with all these little. Which way do you want to go, John? Left or right?
Right. This music's from Jill of the Jungle, by the way.
Yeah, it's from Jill of the Jungle. I think I used it in the intro, like the same theme in the intro too. The counter. The counter cycling during each smooch is that we took that from. John took that from Metroid 2, like when you kill a Metroid.
Yep.
It does the cycling of the number. John, I'm bad at the video game. I'm bad at the Easy Baby video game that I helped make. What am I doing? Oh my god. What? How could this possibly be? Alright, there we go.
I love the effect you did with the tiling in the background right there, how it opens up as you get taller.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, like that felt really important. Okay.
Yep.
Woo, okay, I was like, wait a minute, I know I've got to go into a hole somewhere and hold right.
Mm-hmm.
Because you fall and you miss, so.
And then you have to do it again.
Yep. Backtracking in a video game. It would make people do that. So now.
Yep. So this is the only Metroidvania thing I really worked on until Nymph's Tower.
Oh wow.
So I had a ton of fun doing these maps, and I just had not done anything since until Nymph's Tower.
Oh wow. Okay, so we're going left
down.
now. Down? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we go down.
Okay. You be the navigator, because I don't exactly remember. All right. Also, the boy sprites are sprite edits from Phantasy Star 3.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, like I just edited. I edited some Phantasy Star 3 sprites for those.
I just love how this feels to play. I love
it's still delightful, isn't it?
Just going through the world and how the world just like changes back and forth depending on whether the air's on.
Like that was.
It's just such a silly thing, and it works so well.
It felt like that was a real late development. The air thing. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's just like,
and it just made the whole thing make sense.
Yeah, this just feels really good.
Hey, we have a game mechanic.
Yeah. Finally. Now, I think we go all the way. No, we can't, because there's too much air. We got the air.
Mm-hmm. I'll go right.
You going to go right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go right.
Oh, shit.
Oh, John, what have you done to me?
Who can say?
Why would you do this to your favorite VTuber? Actually, I probably am your favorite VTuber, now that I think about it.
Yes, definitely.
That was a weird delay. That was an awkward...
But it was probably a stream artifact just over because we're talking over the stream.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm.
That new Gura outfit is very pretty.
It's really good, isn't it? Yeah, even I gotta be the one to say, yeah, that's real good.
It's real nice.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Yeah, it's not a good video game if you can't be bad at it. He's got a point. There we go.
Oh, I love that. I love everything in the room turning on.
Yeah, the whole fucking place just whoosh. It's like a geyser going off. Okay, now we go left, right? No, we go right. I literally can't remember
I have this entire fucking map memorized still.
I've not played it in a couple of years. And it's like, you figure, like, I'm the one that made most of the map and placed the fucking boys. I should know where the boys are.
So fucking choice.
It's fine. Like, we got John here. Oh, look at this. Look at this bad tiling.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Can you see that? It's awful.
Yep. I remember seeing that and being like, well,
it's
shameful. Good to leave one mistake in.
That's shameful. I'm never allowed to make video games again. 2 yabais in one stream, John.
I love having him in this little nook all the way. This is so cute, Polly. I love this
so
game.
Amazing. Oh my god. I forgot how, I didn't forget how delightful it is, but being able to like demonstrate, wait, I gotta go down now.
Yep. I saw that mistake and I was like, I'm just gonna let it play out.
And I'm the one that mentioned it, so once again, I wreck myself.
Yeah, bye.
Oh god. This is like the stream where it all ends. This is it. Whee! There's another little nook and cranny.
Another boy.
Another boy. We got 2 boys.
It's just a very nice little shape of the world, how you move through it, where you can just get all the boys very naturally.
Yeah, like there's like this would be a fun speed run, I think.
Absolutely.
I feel that like I feel that I should have taken a picture of the map to be able to show people what the whole thing looks like. I should have done that.
I could pull it up.
Well, I don't want to fart with it, honestly. Now.
I can pull it up. It won't take long.
You pull it up, you upload it somewhere and link it, and then I'll pull it in afterward.
Yeah, let me watch you for the rest of this one, and then you can pull it up after the next game.
And then we'll pull the whole map up, because I still got a couple other things to show off, and we're gonna play some ASDF tonight too. So.
I think it's the longest backtracking bit.
Yeah, I gotta use. We go all the way to the left, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because the last 2 I think are like all the way left.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Wait.
God, I love this fucking Jello Jungle track.
Yeah, this was
such a jam.
This was just like, this was one of those things where I didn't actually think about it. I was just like, I'm just gonna pick a tune, and I put it in, and it worked. The story scene.
That's awesome.
The story scene theme was from Super Cyborg, which is a Super C ripoff that a dude made.
I feel like stealing assets from Super Cyborg is like karmically just.
That's yeah. Like I don't think that I can be. I don't think that I can. Not a lot of wrong. Not yeah.
Don't be anxious, chat. There's nothing to the right in the big zone. It's just a very big area.
Yeah. Boing. John, your boings are on point.
All right. See. Take note of that. Take a note of that boy.
Check at that. That's a boy.
That'll be important later if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's a real good one too. That's the other one where I was just like, "Hey, isn't there a place you got to do something?" Yeah, there is. So
I love the
this
blocking
is really
here
cool.
in the walls.
I love this. How you put these extra bits in here.
Yep.
So how's chat feeling about all the boy kissing? I gotta know. Is chat loving them some boy kissing right now? Yo, it's Nami! We're kissing boys. We're kissing boys and sending them back to our ship. This is Operation KATB, Kiss All the Boys. It's a game me and John made for Ruin Jam back in 2014. Love kissing the boys. All right, where's the last boy? He's over.
I'm catching up on chat. This is excellent.
A lot of good boy kissing discourse going on.
Yep.
Okay, where was the last boy, John?
I think I know.
Where is he at? I don't remember. Oh, he's up here.
I didn't know if there was a bit or not because you're running right at him.
No, it wasn't a bit. I was like, wait a minute. Where's it? All right, so we've got all the boys. The music
stops when you get all the boys.
Yep. The music stops when you get all the boys. But you get all the boings. The boings don't stop, baby. You can't stop the boings. Can't stop the boings. Can't stop the boings. You can't. Like, that's how that song goes, isn't it? We out.
Such a good game.
It's such a good game. It's so much story, so much lore. I can't believe it.
Which was this track again?
I don't remember what this track is. I put credits and everything, so the credits will be there. Also, that really cool drawing of Nero is really good.
Yep. It's nice having assets to work with.
Yeah, right? Captain's log. We have kissed all the homies. Good night.
I appreciate that you and I were the same. We're much the same, Polly. Which is that neither of us are particularly skilled artists. And a lot of our style and approach has been shaped by that.
So this was made by John and Polly.
Yep.
It's socksmakepeoplesexy.net. That's a good website.
Yep. FarawayTimesBack.com, back when I still used that site.
Yeah, Nero, the gender fluid social justice pirate. Okay, opening was Area 2 of Super Cyborg,
Jill in the Jungle,
Funky, and E-SWAT!
E-SWAT!
City Under Siege. Special thanks. Oh, jeez, poor John! Oh, no.
It's fine.
It's fine. Look at all these wonderful people, except one.
Catching up on chat again.
Yep. Back to trace your IP to the cyber police.
Extremely good. Emojis from Raven.
My last name is not
Gaming
Head.
has been changed by all the boys you've kissed.
Yep. We've done it. Co-conspirator. Yeah, that was my, like, I always do fun things with credits, I think. And it was like co-conspirators felt like the best way to put that. So yeah, that's, and look, there's the moon.
Easter egg.
There's the moon.
The moon only shows up if you kiss the moon.
Yep. That's a real good touch. We were really thinking on another level for this. So there's another funny part about us releasing this game.
Yeah.
The day that we had to turn it in and for the jam, when I was having dinner that night, I spilled water on my modem.
Oh God.
And John had to basically be the final point of just like, okay, does this thing work? Because I had no internet. I couldn't do anything. Like I didn't get and it was on a Friday. So
Of all things,
it was on a Friday, so I couldn't get
it on your modem.
On my fucking, like, right on the modem. It was perfectly, like, it was a perfect fucking accident. It looked like it was literally right out of Three's Company or some shit.
Oh, that's funny.
And also we were supposed to record a podcast that night, and that was early on in the Sockscast, so we had to skip that. It was a disaster the last time, so yeah. But yeah, that is...
Life is good.
Life is fantastic. Oh, we dropping some frames. Come on. Pick on back up. You can do it. I believe in you, Twitch. All right. So yeah, that's yeah, exactly. Look, I will once again demonstrate, as our good pal Jessica has pointed out. Do you see fingers? Do you see fingers? I'm very prone. Look, you think this thing can hold? Look, you hold water with this. Do it. Do it. You see this? You see that? Hold water with it. I want to see you try. I want to see you do it. But yeah, like there was a lot of fun, and this was like the first of many fruitful collaborations. Well, I mean, our first collaboration was quite literally clicky farty spinny ball.
Yep.
But this was like the first time we put together like a big thing, and how quickly it came together. It was just like, oh, hey, I can actually do this, because I was still like unsure of like, am I just basically gonna make John do all the work here? Like, is it just gonna be me throwing out ideas? But then like when we finally started getting into it, like I found out that I had a whole other set of skills that I didn't realize that I had in terms of like level design and being able to kind of like get a feel for like I'm like game feel is never a problem for me because I'm very picky about how games feel. So it's just like getting our perfect movement.
I sent you a prototype where I added buttons to lower and raise both like the jump gravity, speed, the jump height, a couple other things, and I let you just like fiddle with it until you found something that felt just right. Yeah, and again, like the way that we did scrolling there was like this. It's this little invisible object that is stuck to the right of the character, and the camera follows it, but it's got some acceleration and deceleration on it. So it just kind of makes it look really smooth. Like I've literally like stolen that for every platformer prototype that I've got going to, and like if I ever make another full range platformer, like I'm absolutely still using that because it just looks and feels really good. It's 2 lines of code. Yeah, it's so simple. It's so. I fucked around for like a week again, and I had like a 40 line of code camera thing that felt bad. Yeah. And then I did that, and I was like, oh,
Oh, you can just do this.
The gist of it is just that the further away the character is from the center of the screen, the faster the camera moves to catch up with them.
Yeah.
So it sets there's a max V speed, so there's no way that the camera, and if you're at that speed, the camera moves fast enough that the player won't outpace them.
You can't outpace the camera, and the camera can't outpace you. It's a very nice like you can see it kind of like the way it it's the acceleration and deceleration that makes it work. And like, because you saw like the platformer prototype that I showed you where like the camera was just very rigid. There was no acceleration or deceleration on the character or the camera, and it can look like really weird. Like if you're jumping up the side of something and you get over it and then you're moving forward, it looks like it jerks a bit. You don't get that in this game. Like you still have that movement that works the same way. You're still kind of jerking over the platform in a way, but the camera doesn't reflect that, so it still looks like a nice, crisp, smooth motion.
Yeah, I think the camera moving the way it does isn't fully ideal for like precision platforming a lot of the time.
No. It's got to be something like this, I think.
Yeah, but this is like, but with precision platforming, you don't necessarily want to be doing a bunch of four-way movement.
No,
a lot of those are like on one plane.
Like this is exploration. Like put some things in a level, go find them, and have fun. Like this is an engine that like you can get the source for. Like we include like you can go like it's downloadable. It's all
on Faraway Times.
Yeah, it's on farawaytimes.itch.io is where we put that, because I wasn't using itch at the time because I didn't really consider myself.
I wasn't using itch at the time. I only uploaded it. This was the first thing I uploaded to itch. Solely so we could submit it to the jam, and then like a year later I put everything else on itch.
Yeah, I didn't start using itch until I started making Poly Dungeon, and then I made the account and didn't use it for 2 years. So
I just like the social features. I like how easy it is to set up a page.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot going for it.
Like I just take the same template of every game that I've made, go in, copy it, and then just throw in new values to match the game that I'm working on currently.
Yep.
So. But John, I like this would be sort of like the first of our big collaborations. Our bigger collaborations would come a few years later. This was what, 2014?
Yep. God,
so Her Lullaby was 2017?
Yep. That we released in 2017, so we started in 2016.
Yeah, Her Lullaby is Her Lullaby turned 5 years old this year on February 14th, actually. We will stream that at some point. I am going to stream that just kind of to celebrate that milestone and have John on, and we'll talk about it. That won't be one of the ones we're streaming tonight, because we're just going over the real early stuff and some like prototypey stuff tonight.
Versus the 3 hours of visual novel.
Yeah, that's a 3-hour visual novel, and then there's like the 2-hour follow-up. And I don't know, that's kind of not where we're at tonight. We don't want to play the depressing visual novel after the cute game about kissing boys.
God, we were so sad.
We are, right?
In 2017, I mean, we were just all right, we're ready.
Yeah, let's just inflict our misery upon the world, and yeah, that's what came out.
It turned out very good.
Yeah, 2017 was a sad year. We've had a lot of sad years, really, when you think about it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty easy to point at the last 8 or so years and say, man, that was a sad year. I say it with the biggest smile on my face. Having this plushie that can never display any other emotion works really well when you're sad. And that's that's the allure of it. That's why I love it.
Polly, I am proud of us that we, even 8 years later in our old age, still have the power to make games as stupid as KATB. Yeah,
I think that a lot of that shit posty energy that comes from me, my Twitter account, and a lot of the games that I make these days, that's very evident here, just in all of the story, the flourishes, just every stupid little thing. Yeah, the whole idea of kissing boys to save the world. I don't know. It's really good. John,
love you, Polly.
You are by far one of my favorite collaborators. Everything always seems to kind of just work well when we get to work together. So, KATB still a fucking jam all these years later.
Absolutely.
So thanks for coming on and celebrating it with me.
Happy to, Polly.
All right. We're going to move on to some other things. And we're going to say, if you want to see more of John's work, where can they find you?
Farawaytimes.itch.io.
Yeah, there you go.
I just released a visual novel about a seal orb.
It's real good. It's the seal orb's really good too. Like that was wild. That's such a wild thing to have. What in the world? Like, inspiration comes from the weirdest places, but the seal orb, I get it. Like, as soon as I saw the image, it was just like, I get where this is coming from. You gotta have that shit post energy.
It's a very ominous seal orb.
It's very it's the doofiest looking thing in the world, but also just like, man, somebody might die if they talk to that thing. All right, John. Everybody go play John's games. And John,
and Polly's games.
I will absolutely talk to you later, John. You have yourself a nice
Talk to you soon, bud. Bye.
All right. So we got a couple other things to look at here tonight, but that was kind of the showpiece, the big one that I wanted to show people because, you know, and have John on to talk about. Well, let's see here. What else have we got on the docket? What else are we looking at? Shooty. Which one is this? Okay. So here's one that I worked on this prototype. This isn't a game. This is just a prototype. But I worked on this prototype. I worked on this for, God, how long? I think I worked on this for like 2 weeks, and I ended up just not doing anything with it. But it's a little shooter where you move around. This down here is the portal that you would have gone into to go to the next room. But this is I worked on this for about 2 weeks straight, getting everything to work, and I never made anything out of it. Yeah, John helped with the engine of it because I was having an issue with bullets, but now they work fine. Yeah, it's basically Smash TV. It's kind of the idea that I'm going for. You run around, you can place bombs. I really like that bomb effect. That's just like a circle that disappears while I cycle random colors. And you can do cool stuff like bomb these walls. And you can collect power-ups and points and stuff. I really like the idea of making them run to the UI up here. And then them counting once they reach the UI. It also works for like power-ups like bombs. And you go in there and just boop. Now I got another bomb. Just get down here. Blow up more walls. I ain't got any more bombs. I'll press R to reset the room. Like, I could never I think the problem with this, and the reason I'm not flushed and I've not given up on it is just I don't really know. I'm not so great with enemy AI, so I kind of need to I just need to kind of sit down and work on enemy AI to make enemies work with this whole thing. But yeah, you get bombs, you get lives, you can blow things up. Boom. But I made a number of guns. So we've got our normal pea shooter, which is just called the pea shooter. You see the name of the weapons over here. When you pick up another weapon, now we've got neon daggers. This was sort of based on Sakuya Izuyoi from Toho. I just like the idea of having neon daggers. I believe that that's the actual Toho sprite daggers as well. I just straight up stole them and cycled the colors. Add some keys and lock doors and you can make a fucking... Exactly! You could, absolutely. But this is just like a gun that shoots... a lot of projectiles, and it was just kind of a really fun idea, and I just think that it looks really pretty. Then we got the three-way, which is, you know, it's the tri-blaster. The knives are my favorite. Like, I could probably just make an entire game out of the knives just because I like how they look. And then there's the 5, which is Old Faithful, for a reason. You know what that's from. You know what that's from. But Old Faithful. Sean's the knifey boy. Yeah, he is. And then this is the tail gun, which I didn't make I hadn't made a graphic for its power up yet, but it does what's advertised on the tin. And then we got the boomstick. It's got 8 shots. And then we have the my favorite gun. That's unfortunate. So who wants to guess what the That's Unfortunate gun does? All right, I will let Chad have a go at guessing what the That's Unfortunate gun might do. Quacks. Okay, that's a good guess. Well, let's press the button and find out. Oh no. So the fart gun, it has a lot of random values. It has a random number. It has a random amount of ammo. It's completely ineffective. The delay between when you can fire your next shot is random. It's a crappy weapon. You're not wrong. So everything about it is random. Like how much ammo you had. Like, see, there's no ammo counter for it on purpose because it's random. The reload speed is random, and yeah, it's just dumb. See, that one only had 2. That one had much more. So it was the basic idea. It was like a joke weapon, where and I think that was the idea was to cycle all the weapons randomly, to just always make them to be like you never knew what you got. So instead of like the R35, I was just gonna make every weapon in the game be a question mark, so you'd never know if you got the fart gun or not. It's just kind of like you're always taking a chance. You might get That's Unfortunate. This is a very silly game. But yeah, like I couldn't really figure out what to do enemy AI wise yet. So this is not one that I've given up on. It's just kind of stalled because I was like, I'm not good enough yet. I don't know what to do. I have ideas for bosses. There's a couple of boss ideas in the code, but they're not, I don't have them accessible right now. And I have those working. And I know how to do stationary things like turrets and moving obstacles like lasers that can hit you. But as far as like enemies that actively chase you or can like detect ground and move around it, I'm not that great at this stuff yet. Do you have a source for this one? No, I don't have the source for this one on the site because this is not a complete game. It's not. I don't think it's on SNPS either. I've got it backed up. This is like. I commented like everything in this code, actually. Like, this is probably my most immaculate looking code. Like, everything is like, because I remember when I passed it to John, like, I made sure that everything was commented because it's quite a bit more complicated than my other games had been up to this point. So I literally comment, like, there's like a comment for every little operation that's going on here and how everything works. So like, even when I load this code up like 3 years later, I know what everything's doing. This looks pretty well done for what you have done. Yeah, like I think this is cool. Like, this is something that I really want to elaborate on, but I just haven't quite figured out what to do with it yet. Yeah, like, this is one that will very likely return in the future, because I think it's just like, I think it could be super duper fun. But yeah, that's kind of just like, that's kind of all I've got for like the prototypes and stuff and all the games that I've finished. So I figured, since I actually just released a game this past week, that I would play a bit of it to kind of close things out. Some of you may or may not know that I actually just released a video game this week called, what's it pop? I released a video game this week called ASDF. This is a score-based minigame kind of deal. It's actually kind of popped off in a way that I didn't expect. People seem to be really digging it. But as you can see, I've not surpassed the 500K mark. So I thought, to close things out here this evening, yeah, my head explode. I thought to close things out this evening, I'd take a few runs at trying to crack trying to crack the 500,000 mark. You know, when people have absolutely demolished this game with like 3 million points or something. I think the highest score is 3 million. I remember I remember the first time I saw somebody crack 1 million. They did 1.3, and like in testing, the highest score I think I saw was after 5. He got 517,000, and then once the game came out, you got like 250K on stream, I believe. And then once the game came out, like people were putting up like consistent 800,000 scores. And then like somebody finally cracked the 1 million mark, and it was just like, jeez. Because the game kind of ramps up insanely. So I'll kind of explain this game. I'll let my own words do it. So, you know, you use the ASDF keys to move the paddle to the designated lane. Smiley boys are good. Catch them with your paddle. Angie boys are bad. You avoid them. They stink. If you let an Angie boy touch your paddle from the top, it's game over. I think that's just good life advice, really. And to the left of that, you've got your Smart Boy Bomb. You can press the space bar at any time during the game to use your Smart Boy Bomb. You get 1 Smart Boy Bomb per game. It clears the screen, temporarily decreases the difficulty. You also get 2,500 points per Smiley Boy and an Angie Boy destroyed. Operation Don't Kiss the Angie Boys. That's absolutely correct. You do not want to kiss the Angie Boys. So, I guess I'm going to sit here for a few minutes. We're going to take a few runs at this and see how this goes. This is not going to be one I'm going to be able to look at chat much while playing. So, also I want to thank June. I get credits, absolutely. June at june-flower.itch.io. They do amazing games as well. So you need to go check them out. And of course, John, Ghosty, Sarah, and After 5 did testing for this wonderful little game. So let's get started. All right, here we go. This is going to be a fucking disaster because you're streaming. Also, there's an Easter egg right here, actually, every time I pick up a Smiley Boy. That's actually an intentional callback to something else. Who in chat knows what that might be a callback to? If you've been paying attention, you might know. I think that was Jetstorm that got it. Correct. Every time you score in Happy Moosey, it's the same effect. I recycled the effect because I thought it was a really nice little callback. I keep wanting to look at chat. That is such a bad idea, playing this game. What am I doing? Stop trying to get my attention. You're not gonna do it. It ain't happening. But as you can see, it's a very simple game where things start picking up in pretty quick order. Also, if you play this game and you're on a monitor that has a refresh rate of over 60, put it to 60, because I don't know why the game operates like that, but if you try to play this on a monitor with a higher refresh rate, the game adjusts for that. So you could be playing a game that's 2 times faster, like a few people were. And I don't know how to fix that in Game Maker. I don't know. Like, I'm just completely clueless as to what to do. God, this tune is such a bop. I keep thinking I can look at chat every time I get a few boys in a row, and it's like, that's a terrible idea. Stop trying to do that. I also did something, there's also a psychological thing I did, very on purpose, was I put the score in the dead center of the screen under the play field so that you would be tempted to look at it. And I thought that was a nice, devious little plan to mess with people. Obviously, like, the backgrounds are kind of there to mess with you a little bit too, but fucking dicks! Why did I do that? Why did I do that? The thing I knew that I was onto something with this game when I was playing it and testing, and I actually just like, anytime I felt myself move to the wrong lane, I was like, shit. You have that immediate, well, fuck. It's just an immediate feeling, and I knew it's just like, all right, I know what this is. The thing that makes this game, though, and that I died with it, by the way, is that fucking smart bomb. Because the smart bomb, again, it deletes all the boys on the screen, gives you a big score bonus, but it also lowers the difficulty back down by like 45%. So the board will slow back down and you get another run at where you were at. So hopefully I'll get a chance to kind of demonstrate that. But that was something that I actually didn't add to the game until maybe 16 or 17 hours or so before launch. And then when I put that in, it literally became like the best feature of the game. It is really what makes the game feel strategic and fun and interesting, is making sure that you use that bomb strategically and not die with it. Because that's like, that's your free chance. So you don't get lives in this game, but you do get a chance to manually save yourself. And I think that's just like, wow, I'm such a genius sometimes. All right. Off to another good start here. Man, that chat being right there. I've got the chat, I've got the score. Everything is just tempting me to look another way. And then it's just like, also, keep talking, because if you don't keep talking, you'll explode and everybody will leave. The music is so incredibly tense as well, especially once things start speeding up to just like ridiculous levels. Like the tune just fits perfectly. The tune that June made is just like, I was still having doubts about this game, because like this is a game that when I started making it, I wasn't even sure if I was going to release it or not, because it was like, this is a stupid idea. Like, it's boring. Like, who would care about this? Like, who would play this? And there were various points while making it where it actually kind of started coming together and feeling like something somebody would play. And getting this tune back last Saturday night was one of them. Okay, we got a groove now. I also like that, like, when you get those lines of, like, 3 or 4 dudes, it's kind of like, no, shit! I like when you get those lines of 3 or 4 boys that you can collect, and it's kind of like this momentary reprieve of being able to kind of just like, okay, I can rest for a couple of seconds. You want to play this? I wish you could! It's really fun. Genius game designer, not a genius game player. I think that's probably the best way to describe me. All right. Give it a few more tries here. I'm not frazzled yet. Let's go. Let's go. Looks like we might be dropping frames a little bit. I do apologize for that. Not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. It is getting hot in this room as well. Holy Jesus. I am actually starting to sweat. Or maybe just this hot, intense video game action. Just way too much to handle right now. Let's go. Let's go. Don't look at chat. Don't look at chat, you dingus. Don't look at chat. People are talking. That's fine. They're supposed to do that. That's their job. Your job is to play the video game and be good and get a million bajillion points. Shit! What am I doing? Why do I keep looking away? I'm still trying. All right. Blow up the outside world. Be like Chris Cornell. Blow up the outside world. Let's do this. All right. Bomb has been unused in every run so far because I am a moron. All right, let's go. Warm up. There you go. It's warm ups. That's all it is. That's all this is. This game eventually reaches a point of just ridiculous speed, and I don't know how people do it. I obviously, like, being the one that made the game, I had to test the game at those settings to make sure that it was still playable. But, like, I would only keep those settings if I could last 10 seconds, and I lasted 10 seconds once and said, okay, game's playable. That's how I tested the final speed up. I don't remember the exact numbers, but they are really insane. Okay. Not perceiving chat this time. It's fine. We're perceiving boys. We're perceiving points. We're perceiving using that bomb, because the bomb feels real good to use too, is the thing. Like, when you nuke a whole shit ton of boys with a bomb, I was surprised at how well I got that to feel as well. Again, big stickler for game feel, so... I was also happy when people told me that they started getting sort of the Tetris effect if they played this too long. And it does happen to me too. And then it's just like I get to a point where I can't play it anymore because the game is Tetris affecting the Tetris effect. Ooh, that's a good long break there. I had a feeling there. I'm starting to feel the frazzle, unfortunately, so I don't think we're gonna hit 500k tonight. But that bomb's cool as hell. It's a cool gimmick. And again, I saved myself, so... It gets faster, but the point values go up too, so the longer you live, the more points you get, because the value of each boy starts becoming higher. Shit! Yeah, I just kind of felt myself losing it. Blah! Blah! Boys, who needs them? Who needs them boys? I don't need them boys. I don't need them boys at all. But yeah. Alright. So, anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up here, but you all have been absolutely amazing. I want to thank everybody for coming out and having a good time. Oh, you nasty boys. Yeah, thanks for coming out. You all are absolutely amazing. And I hope you enjoyed a look at, like, the early days of me making video games. I've made a number of games after all of this, and I will be showing off more of my games. In fact, there's a specific one I will probably be playing on March 10th, which, I mean, if you know what March 10th is, you might know which one that would be. I'll actually probably play 2 of them that day because I've made 2 games that are set sort of in that. It was fun seeing your game. Well, I'm just glad you stopped by. It was really nice seeing you hop in. I like it when new friends pop by and hang out. Exactly, it's Mario Day. Yeah, it was made on an engine that you can't even get anymore. So yeah. But yeah, this has been really cool. Everybody, like, if this was in any way cool to you and you're like, man, I want to, like, there are so many ways that you can go make video games now. Making video games is so much easier now than it was back when I started in 2003. Like, there are so many resources, there are so many engines, there are so many free ways for you to get out there and to, like, express yourself. So if you've seen anything here tonight and you're like, I want to do that, you can absolutely do that. If you want help getting started, join our Discord. We have a dedicated game dev channel. There are so many people in there that would be absolutely stoked to help you out. Let's see, I think this works. So if you want to, like, get in there and you want to talk to a bunch of people that would be more than happy to help you get started with any game engine. Like, there's a lot of people in there with a lot of experience and a lot of things. Or if you want to come in and express, you know, like, you want to come in and be a part of all that, please do. Please do. Making games is fun. Expressing yourself is fantastic. You never know. That thing that you make and put out there might just be something that makes somebody's day a little better. So, yeah. That's what makes it all worth it. So, who is streaming? Where are we sending the love tonight? Let me have a look at my old Twitch-o-meter here and see who is streaming so that we can keep the love going. Want to make sure that we don't let all this positive energy go to waste. We've got so many friends and there's so many wonderful people that I could introduce you to. So, you know what? My good friend Nami doing a chill Galvan stream. So we're going to send everybody on over to Nami. Be sure to give her a follow as well and give her a big old hey and all that fun stuff. Thanks again for coming out. Get out there, make some video games. It'll be good. And I will catch you folks next time. Have yourselves an absolutely wonderful, lovely rest of your weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.